Hello, everyone, and welcome to this very auspicious occasion. I think it's a day to really feel the privilege that we hold in spotlighting some very good practices, not just with wealth creation, but how wealth is applied. I represent EdelGive Foundation. 15 years ago, we had started just as very small grant makers. The founders of Edelweiss had thought that when they make the first bookable profit, they will start giving. And very soon into giving, they realized that just money is not going to solve problems. We need a structured approach to how we give. And thereby, EdelGive was born in 2008, and I have been having a beautiful journey with it for more than 11 years now. This partnership between EdelGive and Hurun is very instrumental and very important, not because there is a list and then we are putting it out and then there is a reason to celebrate. India, I believe, has always been a philanthropic country. Whether it's a birth or a death, whether it's a promotion or a small auspicious thing, the tendency for all of us to say, all right, let's give it to maybe someone who's poor in our village or our poor relative or our help. This tendency or this ingrained DNA is very much in our country. India is also a country where we've risen and grown up with the values that when your right hand gives, your left hand must not know. And this is a very beautiful philosophy of giving. So why are we today talking about giving, put so much spotlight into it, calling all of you and celebrating it? Because this is the time when the world is celebrating some of the most monumental achievements that mankind has achieved. We're talking about Chandrayaan. We're talking about, exceptional advancements in science and technology, artificial intelligence. We don't even know if human beings will be needed very soon. But at the same time, we are seeing wars, we are seeing crisis, we are seeing inequality, we are seeing poverty and hunger. And therefore, it is important to highlight good behavior when we see it and not just talk about it, document it, prove it that good behavior works and good behavior has to be something that multiplies. The Indian economy is expected to grow at an average rate of 6.5 annually between 2023 and 2030. We're not even 100 years into freedom, post-freedom, post-India's independence, and we are already the fifth largest economy in the world. We are growing at a rate faster than the world, the global economies are going to grow. At the same time, top 10% of Indian population holds 77% of the wealth in this country. 63 million people in this country are one medical bill away of slipping into poverty. So, yeah, 70% of India's population cannot afford a healthy diet. We're living in this contradiction. And this contradiction is also inevitable because we are 1.5 billion. We are not a small community. There is disparity. It's what we will do in the face of disparity that shows what metal we are made of and shows good practices like Anas referred to all the other emerging markets on how we would like our societies to be formed. Therefore, the EdelGive Hurun philanthropy list plays an important role in spotlighting. This year, there are 119 exceptional people. There are thousands of people who give, but these 119 have opened their books, have opened transparently their conversations, allowed for teams to ask, question, and have made the cut to being out here, putting themselves out and saying, this is what we do. I think that is very commendable. When we were talking about the list, even within ourselves, and we said, all right, education is listed as number 1 again, health is number 2 again, and we need more causes. And that's a very important thing. We do need people to support diverse causes. But I also like to place a very important point here. Problems don't go away because more people fund it. Problems come in our control when we fund the right things. For example, in India, in the 1.4 billion population, 73% literacy is not really a bad number. But when you look in absolute terms, 313 million illiterate people. That's a lot. 59% of them are women. That shows what kind of disparity of this. And now if we say education should not be funded, it makes us pause. So it's not just about who's funding education, but what are we funding? And that's where EdelGive plays an important role. We have opened up our systems to be philanthropic advisors, philanthropy platforms to those who are curious, who want to identify what problems they want to solve, because there is no dearth of problems that we need to solve in this country or in the world if we are interested. We have to reimagine our role in the society that India is becoming, and also the role of the domestic philanthropist, given the fact that FCRA is difficult to work around. Corporate social responsibility is stepping up. Private philanthropy has a lot to do. What we as EdelGive and a lot of us in the sector do is really create knowledge infrastructure. And the EdelGive Hurun philanthropy list is a very important piece of it, informing the philanthropists that there are many more like them and there is a way to give. The other thing that EdelGive does is work with the grassroots. Today, currently, we are working with 160 grassroots organizations in the country in almost every state. Our focus on collaborative philanthropy comes from there. Each philanthropist giving one at a time does help, but can we find better mechanisms to fund? Can we bring them together and create smart financial systems where they can give together? Last year we had Grow Fund, which gives to 100 NGOs together. 33 philanthropists joined hands to give. That is extremely progressive behavior. That cannot be put into a list. But I'd like to place here in front of all of you that collaborative philanthropy is a very strong avenue through which more people can give bigger, better, faster, and de-risk their own philanthropies as they move ahead. In the list, we have some names that Anas has highlighted. For me, some names that really stand out, of course, Mr. Azim Premji, because of how he gave, the magnitude. He just shocked the Indian community into saying, all right, in a year, so much can be given. Similarly, like Mr. Shiv Nadar. We have Amit Chandra, who was the first professional manager. When he showed up in the list, there was a surprise that business owners are not. This is a breakthrough. And we see now there are 3. I hope that number really increases. Mental health, gender is not visible on the list. And my personal aspiration is very soon we should have more philanthropists flock to fund it. Disability, mental health, just like education, the numbers in this country are abysmal, but we have not seen them yet. New funders coming in to fund new causes, what the Kamath brothers have done, outstanding. What Rohini does, outstanding. She tops the woman list, but she rocks the list honestly. Every year, consistently showing up and showing the world how one can give. 100% coming from private philanthropy. Rohini, I think, is a benchmark of what good philanthropy looks like. This is my summary note to all of you, but the parting words will be the same. All of us here, whether it's Hurun or whether it's EdelGive, and even you, because you've shown up for this conversation, all of us are interested in what wealth can do. Wealth has a lot of power. It has a lot of power to destroy, like we are seeing in some parts of the world. It has a lot of power to do good, like we are talking about today. So with the hope that this list plays its small role in enabling more good to happen in India, warm welcome to all of you and congratulations to the Hurun team for pulling this off very well again. Thank you.